So Valentine's Day is upon us, and it's not always some of our favorite time of the year because a lot of us, it reminds us of maybe broken relationships, or it reminds us of the lack that we have in our lives, the lack of having that special someone to do the special things that we see happening in other people's lives. And I wanted to bring forth this message of love to you today because love is at the root and at the source of all good things. And it doesn't matter what's going on in your life right now. That is a truth that you can put your faith on. And we know that God is love. The Bible tells us God is love. And so on this day where we celebrate love, how can this be manifested in our lives? And you can see a lot of things right now on the internet about manifesting abundance, and a lot of it appeals to the universe and certain frequencies. But I'm here to tell you today that God is the one who created the universe and who created those frequencies. And he has revealed himself to us in his word. And there is a story that really reminded me of God sharing the abundance of his nature with those that he loves. And he loves everyone. But those that are faithful and who are obedient to him and do the works of wisdom that he has laid forth, you are going to experience that abundance in your life if you are willing to put forth just that step of faith and action. And the story comes from the last chapter of the book of John. And in that story, Jesus he's died on the cross, and Peter is there with 6 other of the disciples, and they're grieving the loss of someone that they had put faith in, and who was their teacher, who was their rabbi, and who was their friend, and who loved them. John describes himself as the one whom Jesus loved. And in that moment, Peter says, I'm going to go fishing. And they all go with him. They all get in the boats and they get out into the water and they fish hard all night long and nothing comes in. And they're just working through their grief and they're working through their humanness. And then they see on the shore, Jesus reveals himself after he's died. Okay, after he reappears on the earth before he ascends. And in that moment, he's on the shore and he's built a fire and he's grilling for fish and bread. And Peter, the one who just is so energetic and kind of impulsive, throws on his tunic and he jumps into the water and he swims to the shore to go meet with Jesus and embrace his friend, maybe even to see if this is real. And in that moment, he realizes it is, and the others bring the boat in, and Jesus is already grilling some food, but they didn't bring anything to the table. So he says to them, did you catch anything? No, we didn't. And he says, try the other side. So they throw the net in on the other side, and they pull out so many fish that it almost, but doesn't quite break that net. And the Bible tells us exactly how many fish were in that net, and it's 153. Now, they did not need 153 fish, but God provided. Jesus worked a miracle and gave them an abundant amount of fish. And he tells them, as the story proceeds, in his conversation with Peter, he asks him again. This is a reflection back to from when Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Now he asks him, Peter, do you love me? 3 times. And he says, yes, Lord, I love you. Yes, Lord, you know I love you. So Jesus has won. He has this moment of redemption from his falling to his redemption that is able now to get him out of that pit of guilt and shame over what he did. So Jesus has given him that forgiveness and given him that redemption. And now he's given him this abundance. So his comment is, feed my sheep. So this is a spiritual feeding, obviously. He doesn't mean to go give them the fish, but he provided that physical means of abundance to show the lesson, that physical, tangible lesson for Peter to know that, God, you're going to provide everything I need and more to be able to do the work that you have set aside for me, that you have purposed for me in my life. So you can rely on that abundance that God has for you. He will give it to you when you need it, and not before. Through, you can work your heart out like they did all night long on the water, fishing and receiving nothing. But when their faith was exercised in Jesus and he appeared, and there was a readiness there now at that point, he provided over and above what they needed in that moment. But it was that message of, I will provide for you. So know that God loves you so much that he does have a purpose for you. He is going to provide above and beyond what you need in the moment to be able to go and live out that commission. He is also given you incredible freedom. It says we are free in Christ. The truth sets us free. And he tells the disciples, go into all of the world. There are no restrictions on where to go or where not to go. He gave them complete and total free reign to go everywhere. And you can certainly make some implications as to what that might mean for you in your life. In addition to that, we know that, so God has a purpose for you. God is going to provide abundantly for you to be able to fulfill that purpose. And the purpose doesn't serve self. The purpose that you are given that abundance for is to go and to serve. So there is love being manifested. Talk about manifestation of love. God provides, gives the abundance, gives you his love, sets you free, and now you are free to go and use that abundance to feed the sheep, to serve other people. And that is the ultimate in expressing God's love to the rest of humanity. We're told not to condemn other people. We're told to love them. Love God and love your neighbor. Those are the two things. Let everything else fall into God's hands. Your responsibility is just to love them, to serve them.